How's it going, America? Right now what we're going to be doing is a pizza. We're going to be doing grilled pizza, grilled marinara sauce with pepperoni, salami, and mozzarella cheese. First thing you want to do is grab your tomatoes, your onions, and your garlic. All you want to do with your garlic, add a little bit of grapeseed oil, not too much. And we're going to toss these about here. We're going to go to the grill. So the way I got the grill going right now, that sear station right now is on high heat. I have this section over here on high and the left-hand side on low. Why I have the left-hand side on low is I'm going to go ahead and grill that garlic on top of that barbecue topper over low heat, just like so. And just let them do its thing. And grab our tomatoes. We're going to drop them on that sear station over high heat. And the onions, we'll put them on right over these burners here. The briquettes are at over high heat as well. Now what we're looking for here is we want these the garlic to be nice and brown all the way through. The onions are going to start popping up like a little volcano. Once you see that, we're going to grab that spatula, smack them, and turn them over to the other side. Finish the other side. And the tomatoes, we're going to blister that skin. Now at this moment, I'm going to actually close this grill. We're going to keep it closed for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to revisit them and see where we're at. Hold on before we record. Let me see where we're at here. Yeah, all right, cool. So now what we're going to do with the garlic is we're going to go ahead and turn this garlic over just a little bit to make sure we get that golden color on the other side as well. Now with the tomatoes, if you notice here, start blistering that skin. That's when it turns that color right there, that's when you want to go ahead and turn it over to the other side. All right, so once the garlic looks like this, it's ready to go. Let me go ahead and drop these on here. So for your garlic, just to make sure it softens up a little bit more, what we're going to do here is we're going to grab this garlic. We are going to grab our plastic wrap. We're going to cover this with plastic wrap just to let that steam soften this garlic up a little bit more here. We're going to let it be there first. So you see the onions start popping up a little bit like that. You see that right there? That's when you know it's ready to be turned over. So we're going to smash this down a little bit. Grab it. Flip it to the other side. So the secret to the onion, to grilling your onion like this, is keeping the skin on there when you grill it. This way it keeps it together. If you notice, it's not falling apart. When you remove that skin, if you slice it, drop it on here, it's going to fall apart. So keep that skin on there. You can always remove the skin when it comes off the grill. After about 60 seconds, what you want to do is remove 60 seconds on the other side. You're going to remove that onion and drop it in this bowl. You guys see? Grab the other one. Now we're going to cover this up with a little plastic wrap as well. Let them steam up and soften up a little bit more this way as well. So once your tomatoes have blistered all the way through, it looks nice and blistered like that, you're going to grab them with the skin on. Do not remove the skin. Keeping that skin on there is going to give it that fire roasted flavor. If you take that skin off of there, you just grill these for nothing. So keep that skin on there. It's easier to. Just drop it in that. Now we're going to grab our other ingredients and blend everything together. So earlier this afternoon I reduced some wine. So what you want to do is grab your wine, put it in a pot, bring it to a boil, reduce it to about a third of what you started. And when it's ready to go, you're going to add it to your tomatoes right there. You're going to have some basil here. We're going to add that basil in there as well. Very, very simple, easy recipe to do at home. The garlic. I'm going to take this plastic off here. I'm going to drop this garlic right in there. Your onions, very important to take that skin off that onion before you throw it in here. If not, you're going to have this weird texture. So you see this right here? Still has that skin on there. You remove that skin, dump that skin away, keep that meat of your onion, drop it right in there. Do this to all your onions here. Move that skin, drop it in there. Do the same thing to this other onion. Take that skin off. This way here, it's great for sandwiches, burgers, hot dogs if you want. You can chop it up, even add it in sauces, etc. Good stuff. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give this a go until you have a nice smooth consistency. Now we're going to add a little salt and pepper. Normally when it comes to tomato product, it takes a little while, especially when you're making marinara. It takes a little while for it to cook off. But because everything's already grilled in here, everything naturally caramelizes and it sweetens up. So the acidity in your tomatoes have gone now, and all you have to do is cook it off in a pot at a simmer for about maybe another 10 minutes or so, and that's it. But right now we're going to add a little salt, and with tomato product, it tends to need a little more salt than usual. So we're going to add some salt in there, a little black pepper. Going to close this up here, give it another go. Now we're going to take our marinara sauce, drop it right, and it smells so good. Drop it in this pot here. We're going to right over the burner over high heat. Now what we're waiting for here is for this to come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down, simmer it down for at least 10 to 15 minutes, and it's going to be done and ready for your pizza. So after about 10 minutes, you're going to go ahead and remove this off the heat, and you notice that it thickens up really nicely. It really reduces. It only takes about 10 minutes. And we're going to taste it for seasoning. We're going to taste it for salt and pepper. If we need more, we'll add more. Oh, that's good. It needs just a little more salt, but that is a beautiful thing. A little more salt in there, and a touch more black pepper. Give us a quick whip. I'm gonna give it one more final taste, see where the flavor's at. Well, this is even great on top of some pasta. Before you build your pizza, any pizza dough will do. This is a pre-made pizza dough here. You can buy any at the store. It makes it a lot easier for you and less time in doing it. But before I add anything to this, I'm going to drop this over high heat on the top side just to soften this up and give it a little bit more flavor. So we'll drop this directly on the grill over high heat. The show side facing down just for a second. I'll give it a couple of turns here. I don't want really a lot of grill marks on it. Once it kind of browns off a little bit, it's going to get some color. To build your pizza, what you want to do is grab some of your marinara sauce here. And I like it saucy, so I like my pizza with quite a bit of sauce on it. I'll just kind of move this around the sides here. I might add a little more sauce to it here in a second. Now what we're going to do is add some cheese. We have some mozzarella cheese on here. Just drop it right on there. Fastest pizza you'll ever make at home. Just quick, easy, simple. Leave a little cheese on the side there because we're going to put more cheese on top. You're going to grab your pepperoni and your salami. Drop it. Grab our pepperoni here. And for our grand finale, you're going to add cheese on top of this. Oh yeah. Now we're talking, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop our pizza right on the center of this grill. We turned off the center. And you notice we kept the right and the left on. We're going to turn those down to low as well. So after you drop your pizza on there, we're going to leave it covered for about 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to revisit the pizza, see if the cheese melts on top. So after about 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to go in there. You give it a little turn because you see that down on the bottom. It's browning off nicely. And we don't want it to burn completely on one side. So we're going to go in here, grab our pizza, and we're going to turn it a little bit here and leave it back on there. Right in the center, close out. So what we're going to do now is turn this off. If you have a rotisserie, awesome. If not, it's perfect the way it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this pizza a little bit closer there to that heat on one side. Cover it. It's going to brown off the cheese a little bit more on the top. And we're going to leave it in there for about maybe 30 seconds. Go in there, give it a little turn until the top's a little bit more melted. A little bit more browning on the top. See how it starts bubbling over there on that side? Brown. I'm going to turn this over just a little bit more. Give that side a little bit more color. One more little turn here. The other way around. Just get that edge down here. Make sure I get that edge a little bit brown. So once your pizza browns off a little bit, you're going to grab it, slide down to your cutting board without breaking it apart. And you see how it browns off a little bit on the top? That's beautiful. And that's if you have that rotisserie in the back, utilize it. It's not just great for rotisserie chickens, pineapples, etc. It's also good for pizza. So once that pizza comes out of the grill, you want to cool it off for at least maybe 3 to 5 minutes. That way you can actually taste the pizza. The worst thing that you can do is bite into a hot pizza. It burns your tongue and your palate. You'll no longer be able to taste it. But I want you to look at the pizza. Look at the top, nice and brown. In some spot, there's crispiness along the sides. And the bottom portion of it, nice and brown as well. You guys see that? That's a beautiful thing. Make sure you have your garnishes right next to you. We're going to actually put some Parmesan cheese right on top of this pizza here. A little bit of parm. Grab some chili flakes for a little spiciness right on top. I'm going to slice into this pizza now. You can hear how crispy that is. All around. That is delicious. Enjoy.